that was when I was weighing it, because the first doctor I talked to, and maybe that's why it didn't work out with the first doctor, she's told me it would be that kind of surgery.
Right.
And that was really heavy for me, and I really wrestled with that. I was like, I won't do well. I won't. I will be angry. It just won't be good.
Well, plus with the problems you have healing anyway.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of
damage.
A lot of tissue damage that has to repair itself.
Yeah. And it makes you weak because all your body's energy goes into healing that shit, you know?
And when yours isn't going to heal right anyway because your collagen's just generally fucked.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's bad enough.
The less cutting, the better.
Yeah, because they've said it's bad enough on the external, but they've said that, like, sewing muscle tissue for people with Ehlers-Danlos is sort of like trying to sew a stick of butter.
Yeah, I can
imagine. So, I can see where that would go wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe it's all going to work out the way it was supposed to, because now this guy believes in the new approach, and so I feel really good about it. I'm really excited about it. I'm ready to go, man. I'd sign up and go today. I'm ready.
They're not open.
Yeah, I wish they were, because I am done with this. I'm done with. I feel so unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I stand up, I'm terrified I'm going to fall all the time. And at this point, if I fall, I'd probably just snap the hip.
Ugh.
Because it's just so wore down.
And then that's a whole different set of problems.
Yeah, you want it to be done under a controlled thing. Mm-hmm. That's why when older people get hip replacements all the time, and they recover. But if they break a hip, lots of times that's catastrophic. It's a lot more damaging. Well,
blood clot is usually what does them in. I mean, my grandma had to have a fractured hip.
Yeah, when I had my knee surgery, I thought I had.
Yeah, because they didn't
like that.
Mm-hmm.
No,
they never told me. All you have to do is
your
this.
leg. Yeah.
They never even told me to do that.
Yeah, we actually had to wind up taking her up to the Vincent's emergency room because
was it hurting real bad?
It was swollen and hard.
Tight.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I don't know. It was just that hurt that you get from something swelling and getting
the
tight.
pressure and I can't believe they didn't tell you that.
Yeah,
you could have stopped all that.
No piece of paper with a little exercise plan on it.
We were.
They never even mentioned any kind of
that's negligent.
Therapy.
What is it? Yeah, therapy.
Like do it yourself exercise.
We were really concerned that she had a deep vein thrombosis.
And that's a valid and realistic thing that can happen if they don't tell you to do that. That's why now,
because that could have caused a pulmonary embolism,
and
a heart attack, a stroke.
That's why they put those when they have to put you in the bed and you're not able to move. They have to put those things that because it flexes, and squeezes. And
I think whatever problem I have with pain and stuff, I think it's like an issue with my tendons. I think it's something. It always seems like
that it's related.
It would
That's
be
where it
somewhere
bothers
where
you.
Tendons are. Yeah.
That could very well be a connective tissue disorder. And that's the thing. They are still today discovering, because Ehlers-Danlos types. There are, I think, 18 types now.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought there were like 3.
Yeah. No, I have type 3. Which is hypermobility type. But I do have a lot of classical crossover, because the old school main types were vascular, classical, hypermobility type, and something starts with an A that I can't pronounce. But it's kind of rare. Those used to be, and you can have a type, but crossover lead into some of the other types. I'm type 3 with classical overlap. Thankfully, we don't seem to have vascular. If I had vascular, I wouldn't be sitting here probably. Most people don't live past 40 with vascular.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they usually die of an aneurysm in their 30s. So anyway, but they're still discovering, and the way that they name the types or classify them is by how they manifest and where they manifest in the body. So, and of course, there's wild variation in that, but the general it's just like a general, so there may be a type that just affects tendons and they hadn't figured that shit out yet. who knows? Because they're still actually, because there are all kinds of like subtypes that they're saying, well, we've just found this type in one family line, or, you know, and stuff like that. It wouldn't surprise me with Aiden and the ATS if we had some weird specific to our type, because they're saying the odds of 2 separate connective tissue disorders in one family is like astronomical. So there's probably some weirdness going on, you know, with the inbreeding and shit.
And both sides of your family have issues.
So yeah, because Andrea, you know, her family, she had no genetic relation to my mom at all. So the problems that my mom had could not be part of Aiden's problem. But, you know, we know my dad like had textbook problems, like that being the heart organs being flopped. That's classic. I mean, that's a connective tissue thing right there. So yeah, it's clearly on both sides. But I think it makes me reading this, and not just because he has Ehlers-Danlos. I mean, it makes it more relatable to me personally, but I wish more people knew that he wasn't just an addict, you know, that he had, because it makes me sad that there's been this narrative that it was his fault, you know, and I think about his family.
We saw that.
Yeah. Wake up, babe. He's giving me the That's another time it would be good if we were on video.
Yeah. And seeing him do this.
Do you know who he looks like when he does that? Remember on the Muppets? The old man, the men that would sit up in the balcony. He looks like the old Muppet men.
Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah. But yeah, so I wish that was more well known, so there would be more compassion, because there's always been those jokes about him dying on the toilet and the fact that he was an addict and all this stuff, and it just makes a lot more sense to me. It's a much sadder, more relatable story now.
Yeah,
you know.
All right. Well, what is the deal with the Challenger?
Was
Big
it
Bird?
you telling me
Oh my God!
Or was it you?
It was Ross.
Remember the Big Bird?
You were like, the timeline, like...
Making it safe, trying to teach children that it was like space travel was safe.
That like this, you think this timeline is dystopian? What if you had watched as a child Big Bird blow up on the Challenger?
You don't remember that?
I was on the toilet and you came in and told me.
Okay.
I don't remember
You
that.
told us it was when the Challenger was getting ready to...
The one that blew up at the teachers.
Yeah.
There was a plan for Big Bird to be
They
on
wanted to teach children that space travel...
I don't remember that.
Who was that?
Well, it had to have been you or Chloe.
Maybe it was Chloe.
No.
Okay.
He brought it to me on the toilet.
Okay, so...
No, I didn't.
They were trying to teach children that space travel was safe.
Yeah.
And they were going to put
Which
Big
is
Bird...
absolutely not.
Big Bird from Sesame Street... He was going to go to space on the Challenger.
So if Big Bird
and
can
kids
do it...
were going to be watching Big Bird go to space.
That would have been so fucking heinous.
Yeah, like watching the teacher explode wasn't bad enough.
Yeah, the teacher
Why
and Big
couldn't it
Bird.
have been Grover?
Oh, gosh.
I mean,
Oscar, yeah.
We're sitting in class watching already a teacher explode.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Big Bird?
Like children, like there would be more of us in therapy now.
And then what would have happened to Sesame Street? All the kids watched Big Bird blow up. You can't have him back on the show.
He can't come back.
They
Now we
have
have
to-
a Big Bird funeral.
Yeah, and then his twin brother
Then there would
would
have
have
been
to
a
show
whole
up.
episode about death.
Yeah, his big brother
And,
Medium Bird.
and
would
how
come.
and how maybe the executives shouldn't have done that, because as it turns out, space travel isn't as fucking safe as they thought.
That would have been. Oh, you want to talk about some fucked up kids?
I mean, because they were gonna. That's the whole.
Well, we did watch 9 people die on live TV,
Yes,
and then
but
went
the
back to class.
majority of the children that watched that didn't know them personally.
Right, and Big
Every
Bird
little
was,
kid knew Big
felt
Bird.
like Big Bird
Yeah.
was like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Like very real to these children.
Every Saturday we'd be excited, or was it?
It was
once a
after
week?
school.
Was it after school?
Yeah.
Every day we'd watch Big
Yeah,
Bird,
I mean that.
and then blow up on TV.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that would have
be some
been
shit.
Little yellow feathers.
that would be. That's what I imagined too. Like
Little drumsticks and shit.
Like, the beak is found floating in the because they were going to do it with him in cost, in
Oh
the
my
suit.
God.
But that's the reason they couldn't do it is they couldn't
Get a spacesuit for him that was big enough
to fit the big. Just like
Man, that would have been.
So to whoever played Big Bird in 1986,
thank you.
You dodged a bullet.
dodged a fucking bullet, my man.
Yes, you did. Oh my God! I mean, the trauma, like
Holy shit!
Because it literally every school child of that generation sat and watched that blow up with that teacher.
Yep, we watched it live.
Yeah, we did. It was they rolled TVs in all the classrooms.
Yeah,
it was a thing.
And we didn't get a week off for trauma counseling.
It
We
was
went.
such joy when they rolled that TV
Oh my
into
God,
the
you were like,
classroom.
We had to take our asses back to class and finish out the day, and then show up the next day and the next day.
Well,
I don't even think we talked about it after that.
Dude, I came back to school and my best friend died over Christmas break, and I was in junior high, and we shared a locker, and we had almost every class together. We just rolled
They're
along.
like, walk it off, bitch.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
Wasn't no mental health days.
No. Oh my God, I was watching something. Oh my God. It was on TikTok, and it was this girl, and she was saying, I've been thinking about this. We hear all the time, what if you millennials and shit had to storm the beaches of Normandy? How would that be? And she said, let me tell you how it would be.
Oh my God, I watched her. That shit was funny.
She said, first of all, you have all these millennials that they don't have the will to live anyway. So they have existential dread from birth. Then it's going to be Gen Z, which we grew up playing these first-person shooter games where we know all this stuff. Then in the back, the generals are the Gen Xers. They don't give a fuck about nothing. Nothing. So if we had stormed the beaches of Normandy, it would be fucking bad. Okay. I thought that's a good point.
I love watching Gen X videos.
Oh my God, yeah.
All we do is sit there and go, yep, you're right. Yep.
You got a point.
And what's your point?
That's become my love language, sharing TikToks with people that make, if I see a TikTok and it makes me think of somebody, that I share it with them, and that's how I say I love you. I'm always like, oh, Amber, look. That's my love language. I'm like,
That's what I tagged you in that woman in the nursing home.
eating the dicks.
There's no black ones in there. Would it fit in the package? That's Brandy.
She's like, no, those red ones are tasty, though.
Sweet fuck, we're all deranged. All right, we're done. Y'all be good.
Bye.